It is homecoming weekend here in the Highland Scotties Teambuilder Dynasty, as this is week 9 of the season, as we're getting ready to take on Kansas, who are currently 4-2 overall, but 2-0 in the Big 12. As for Highland, they're currently 6-0 in the overall records right now, and they're 2-0 in the Big 12. And of course, we are just coming off a nice win over Arizona as we approach week 9, hopefully in a better form than we were last time we faced against Kansas. Last year we kind of had a bit of a blunder going towards the end of that game, where Coach Bonds could have won the game in regulation, but end up decided to go for it, and then got intercepted, and the Jayhawks were able to steal that pick and, of course, score and have the game tied up, and which forced us to go to overtime. And of course, we did win that one in overtime. Of course, just really bad play calling there from Coach Bonds, and he took full blame of that. And of course, this week that was the kind of the running joke here, is talking about his play call here this week. He says, "Hey, I told the coaching staff to just make sure towards the end of the game, if we get in that situation again, to just ignore what I'm calling and call the plays that make sense to them." So we'll see if that'll be the case here. Hopefully Highland will, or at least Coach Bonds will be in a better mood, as he does not really care for Kansas. He really sees Kansas and Kansas State as just problems, not the true Kansas team out there, as he feels like they are being stepped on just because they're a smaller school in the state of Kansas. But as we see here, Kansas, of course, they are, of course, having some go here, as they only lost game so far from them this season is, of course, against Columbia, or I should say Missouri and Columbia, 48-12. And of course, they also had a loss against Bama, 32-22 early on in this season. So both games, the score didn't really show the fight that Kansas has. Kansas they're a scrappy team, and then you can see their quarterback, Ethan Vesco. He is, of course, a decent quarterback there. He's got good power. His accuracy could be a little bit better, but he is a good quarterback. He's out for 2 weeks with a broken thumb, so he will not be in today's game, and we'll see his backup instead come in and take over that position. Of course, he transferred from Coastal Carolina from last season. 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions last year. This year, doing a little bit better, but he is going to be out for a while, and that means Isaiah Marshall will take over as the QB this week. He is a scrambling quarterback there from Michigan, 6 foot, 205 pounds, 3-star kid from high school. And the sophomore will take over the reins and will be under center here in today's matchup. And we'll see how well he does here in this game coming up here with him. So the keys of this game, of course, is obviously get to the quarterback as we can here. Is we got, of course, Barr and Wolfork can pretty much do that job, especially some upcoming stars that we have on the Highland Scotties team. That would be in Locklear and O'Quinn in that linebacker position. And of course, if we can put pressure on Marshall, then we can definitely control where he throws and how, and especially how he's going to run in today's game. 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last season. So far, 59 yards for him. He's 6 of 12 in the short stint that he had in a game here this season last week there. Morrison is their halfback. He's an elusive back in the backfield there from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 6 foot, 215 pounds, and he is definitely going to be a guy there that we're definitely going to have to try to contain as much as we possibly can. His elusiveness, hands, and of course his quickness are going to be very key for him in there. And of course, in order to get a hold of him, we got to make sure we get a lot of tackles for loss against him, and not let him really get too much positive yardage coming out of that backfield. So I'm assuming it will probably have a lot of blitz plays thrown at him, and a lot of stunts and all kinds of other plays as well, to really force him to kind of be, really force the quarterback, force Morrison to kind of throw the football and see what he can do in the passing game. Oscar Casey is, of course, the wide receiver there, or I should say Casey is the quarterback or the wide receiver for them. He has good power. He can also run some pretty good routes, especially with that great speed that he has. And of course, he does have looseness as well, as he has a pretty good change of direction. And there you see a spec catch there in his hand. So he is definitely going to be a guy there for those deep passing routes there that Kansas occasionally likes to throw out there. And of course, we'll have them matched up pretty well here with our corners that we have. 510 yards so far for him, only 1 touchdown, so he's been kind of quiet this season. But we all know games like this is something that the Kansas fans will definitely get a treat here, as he'll try to do his best to step up here to show play against one of the top 3 teams in the nation. Caleb Taylor, they're one of their defensive players here. He's got great power moves as well as run stopping ability and quickness. And he is going to do his best to, of course, get a hold of our halfbacks in the backfield there with Bo and, of course, with Avery. As you see his numbers there, 21 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and no interceptions here for this season for him. And, of course, Dilworth, the corner there, he is going to be matched up pretty well against Dumars or Parks in this game here. He is from Hollywood, Florida, 5'11", there. And he is going to be a guy that he is going to be definitely lurking around that secondary and try to snag the ball out of the hands of our quarterback, or at least out of the hands of our wide receivers, I should say, and try to intercept our quarterback. So his eye is going to be deadlocked on our quarterback this week, and to make sure they put a punishment on him. There you see 28 tackles, 1 interception so far here this season, of course, a deflection as well. And so we'll have to make sure this young man from Hollywood, Florida, does not have a magnificent game against us. And of course, there you see the injuries that we talked about earlier as well, as Ethan Vasco will be out. Here's your top 25 here going into today in this week's game. And there you see Ohio State at number 1, Oregon's at number 3. They jump up 1 spot for number 4. Clemson took a big loss there as they lost against Florida State. They've tumbled down almost outside the top, actually outside the top 5 there. And then, of course, there you see the rest of your top 25. Louisiana State University, of course, making it into the top 25 here this week, as they are currently 4-2 and 2-1 in SEC play, as well as the Heisman Trophy list. And there you see we don't really have anybody on the list this week, as this was a kind of a rough week last week. And of course, the other teams were playing very well. Avery he had 2 rushing touchdowns, had 115 yards. But only had 16 carries. He pretty much did a great job there in the second half. And then, of course, Bo kind of take over and did his thing there. So we'll try to see if we get the running game going here. Obviously, that's our bread and butter. We're going to try and make sure we get everything just right for him. And, of course, really try to open up that playbook later on through this game. As we'll see a 1st and 10 here for Kansas, as they'll get the ball here first. And we'll see Marshall. He'll throw there. And that'll be a play there. It's going to be completed. As we'll see Marshall again here. Another throw screen pass there. That's going to go to Highshaw, I believe, there. As he'll get the carry there for a few yards, but not enough to get the 1st down. So Robinson's under center here today. And, of course, we've been trying to deal with his interception issues here. As we'll see a run now from Bo as he comes out of the backfield there for a few yards. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 16-yard line. Of course, like I said, trying to get Avery going. We got to try to get him back, get his name back in those in the limelight there when it comes to the Heisman Trophy, as he is of course, he is considered a dark horse candidate, but he's been on that list on the top half of that list for the early part of the season here, and we can't let that little taper away here as he gets stopped in the backfield there. Nice job there from that lineman to get a hold of that, or at least that arm tackle there. 3rd and 9, as we are now crossing the 50 here now in Jayhawk territory. Robinson throws this one there. That is going to go to Parks, or no, Dumars there on that catch, as he gets the catch. And that is Corey Good on the catch there. Corey Good gets the catch as a 1st down, as he is well over 1,000 yards now receiving here for a little over the season, I think that was said. or his career. As we'll see another pass or another handoff here. Nice spin move there from Avery as he's going to make his way down to the 4-yard line. Nice carry there from him. And that'll be a new set of downs for the Highland Scotties. Scotties looking to try to drive this one in here. Ball's on the 4-yard line of the Jayhawks as we're looking for the first points of the day here. Running this one up the middle there, and no problem there as Avery's into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. As the Scotties are on the board here to start off for us here today on homecoming weekend. As they fans of the Scotties would love to see a very nice victory here, especially a lot of alumni. You got some alumni like past players. Sheldon Sherman's here. I've seen him, and I got a chance to talk to him. He's doing very well as a coach there and coaching high school out there in Colorado after his short stint there in the NFL. And of course Ferguson as well, who was our quarterback there in the original series back in NCAA 14. We'll see now 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. After we get a nice quick 3 and out there on the Jayhawks, as we'll run this one up the gut. And that'll be a nice yardage there for about 4 on the play. So we're just trying to make sure we just get this running game utilized early and often as we can, as they're trying to put some big hits there on Avery. And Avery being smart, running up the gut here, as we'll see now they're in the 46 defense. As we'll see a 3rd and 3 coming up here as we on the Jayhawks 48-yard line. Run this one up the middle there, and that's going to get us to the 45-yard line, as that'll be a first down for the Scotties. Scotties now trying to, of course, we'll see probably a pass play here in this situation, as they've been doing a great job there on the ground. Now want to kind of move to the air. Pass there being completed, and that is going to be Parks on the catch, as he'll get a gain of 3. So just trying to chip away here at this passing defense here. Jayhawks are they're in the top, at least in the top half of the Big 12 this season when it comes to passing. So we do have to be a very passing defense, I should say, not giving up too much passing yards here. But that is we're gonna try to test it and see if that's going to be the case. If that is the case here with them, as we get another first down. Robinson here in the backfield along with Avery calling an audible. Ball's on the 34-yard line of the Jayhawks as Robinson drops back here, throws one up there. That's going to be caught there. Nice catch, as that's going to put him inside the 20. Nice job there, I believe. That was Parks that time there on the catch for the first down. So ball now at the 15-yard line here. 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties with 4:50 left here in the first quarter. Scotties lead it by 7. As we'll see an audible on the field there with Robinson. Robinson drops back in the pocket, looks to the right-hand side, looking very like he was going to pass, but instead he runs this one there, and he'll get a gain of 6 on the play. Very smart idea. I think he was trying to get that one to Finney, but didn't want to risk it there. And, of course, that's being, Coach Barnes tells him, hey, you don't risk it if you don't have to. And now he's going to run this one himself as he gets himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. As the Scotties get on the board here. Nice run. As we'll see a rushing touchdown here. And that is going to be rushing touchdown number 5 for Mr. Robinson this season. Of course, Avery, he already had one already. He had his 12th there earlier. And now, 14-point lead here. We'll see what the defense can do, as the defense has been pretty solid for the most part here. We've seen the last couple of games now. They've been doing a great job there, helping blow out teams here and not giving up too much. As we'll see now, 3rd and 9 coming up here. As we'll see bad or nice tip pass there from the defense. Nice job there stopping Isaiah from making a first down there. So we'll get the ball now on our own 45-yard line after the punt. It was a horrible punt there from Kansas, as we'll see a drop back here. Play action. Robinson is going to throw this one there. That's going to be battered away, as he had a lot of pressure on him on that attempt there, trying to get that throw there. But nonetheless, he did a great job to get that ball away. He needs to actually throw it away there instead. But nonetheless, we got away with it. Can't be doing that too much here. As we'll see now, 2nd and 10 coming up here. Play action. Drop back here for Robinson. Robinson here throws this one up there. That's going to be caught by Finney as he gets out of bounds there at the 18. Nice catch there for the first down for the Highland Scotties. Scotties now in his red zone here again, threatening to make another attempt. Last 2 times has been rushing touchdowns here. Could we see a receiving touchdown? Wait to see, as we'll see a play action here. And oh, he did not see that defender come at him, as that was a nice tackle there by Maxson, as he makes the tackle there for the Jayhawks. We'll see now 2nd and 10 here, and now another tackle there, and that is going to be by Brooks. Nice job there on that edge rush there on that play. It's now 3rd and 26 coming up here. Kansas start being wise at this passing situation, especially on the play action. Robinson drops back in the pocket here, looks up here, heaves this one up there. That's going to be caught, and a nice catch there. It's going to be short there of the first down. So we're going to try to kick this 29-yard kick here to try to see if we can get 3 points and try to put some kind of points on the board here for ourselves as we kick this one up, and this one is good. And the Scotties now take a 17-point lead here at home against the Jayhawks, as the Jayhawks are still scoreless here in this quarter, and they've been having a tough time moving the ball up the field here. Of course, from a great top 10 defense here in the college football right now, the Highland Scotties just not gonna give up too much of anything here to really anyone, unless they know more than they have to. So now we'll see a 3rd and 12 coming up here, as we'll see a pass there. That's going to be thrown, and that's going to be tipped away. Nice job there for the defense, and they'll be forced to punt. Jayhawks give the ball up here at the 14 or 44-yard line. Scotties quarterback Robinson is going to be dropped down there quickly, as I believe that was Russell on that play. Brown on that play makes a stop. We'll see. Or no, Gilman making that stop there. And we'll see another attempt there. That's going to be an incomplete pass, but it's going to be, looks like an injury, and it's going to be Fairfield coming out, as he will have to be substitute now, as Wolfork will now come and play in that linebacker position. So 3rd and 22 coming up here for Robinson. Robinson, he's going to heave this one up there. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be a big play there for the Scotties, as they're able to convert on that 3rd and 22. As Good is able to get a first down there for the Scotties. Scotties dog pound going nuts on that play there. 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties. All on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Just 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. They could go up by 24 here if they can get this touchdown. Let's see now, handoff there to Avery, and that'll be it for the first quarter. Highland leads it here 17-0 as we go into the second quarter now. We'll see what they can do. Is you see the passing yards right there, 129, 41 yards rushing. They need to get that up here in the second quarter. So we need to focus on the run a little bit more here. There we are with the pass. As we'll see a pass being completed there. That's going to be caught, and a nice catch there. And that's going to be another first down here for the Scotties. Scotties now looking at the ball here inside the 10. Pass being completed there, and that's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. First touchdown of the day here. That is touchdown pass number 24, as the Scotties find themselves in the end zone there, as Dumars gets the catch, and that is going to be his 8th of the season, his first of the day, as he is really doing a great job here, stepping up, that being one of the vocal leaders on that offense there for the wide receivers. Does a great job there and getting that catch. It's now 24-0 here as we see the Jayhawks here, and Isaiah, he's got a run there as Marshall is being brought down on that tackle. Nice job there on that sack, and that's going to make it now a 2nd and 15. Jayhawks here just cannot figure out these passing schemes here, especially these rushing, these blitzes and all these other things we're throwing at them here. We're almost throwing everything at them. But the kitchen sink, and I'm trusting these defensive guys wouldn't mind throwing the kitchen sink at this player or this team right now. As we'll see, Marshall here gets roughed up as he throws the football. No call there, but they do bring him down. That's going to be a force him up to punt the football here. 1st and 10 here coming up here, as we'll see Bo coming out on the outside there, and he should have stayed inside more. So there, as he'll get a gain of about only a yard on that carry. We'll jump to a third and 6 coming up. Well, the 45-yard line here for the Scotties, as they have not crossed yet the 50 here on this drive. We'll see some changes there on the line there from Robinson Jr. as they'll throw it up the middle there. That's going to be pass going to be completed, and that's going to be a first down. Move the chains there, chain gang, as we get another first down. So now 1st and 10 here, ball on the 47. Robinson here, of course, he's also been told to take his time here on the field, eat up the clock, eat up the play clock as well, and just settle in. As we'll see a pass there being completed, and that's going to be another first down for the Scotties. As I believe that went to, Dumars again on the catch. As we'll see now, new fresh set of downs here. Hand off here to Avery. Avery's going to run this one on the outside here, and Avery pretty much got a track meet here as he is going to be finally brought down there by Maxson as he chases them down, but it's already too late. As we get the first down, 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties. They're inside the 10 of the Jayhawks, as we'll see a read option here, and that is going to be the QB who gets barely back to the line of scrimmage here on that play. We'll see what they'll do now here on this 3rd and goal coming up. Parks in motion. Dumars there on your far left. Finney, the tight end there. We'll see who he's going to be throwing to. As Robinson here drops back here, looks up, fires this one off to Finney. Finney had it but dropped it, and we'll be forced to kick a field goal. As we'll see a 4th and a goal here coming up, ball on the 10, and the extra point, or the field goal is good. So Highland able to put up some points, not maybe the points they were looking for there, but they are able to put up 3 points on the board there for themselves, as they have now taken a commanding lead here in the 2nd quarter, and it's now 27 to nothing. Ball on the 17-yard line here for the Jayhawks as Marshall here calls a man in motion. Jayhawks here run this one here with, I believe, Highshaw. I believe that's who that is, as he'll get a few yards there on the carry. Now we'll see more pass there, incomplete, and that was intended there to Dargan, the tight end, as he could not get a hold of it, and they'll drop it, and they'll be forced to punt. As we'll get back on offense now for the Scotties. And Bo makes a nice run there. And like I said, him and Avery, just a good 1-2 punch coming out of that backfield there. That's what I love about this so much. Especially these this set of this playbook that we're using right now. With some cases, I think next season we might end up have to run a 2-back set there. But we'll see what we can try to do here on the 3rd and inches, as that's going to be well run now from Avery. And Avery going to be stopped at the inside the 20. They're going to mark him around the 16-yard line for the first down. 5 minutes left here in the first half, as we'll see a handoff. Oh, no, it's not a handoff. It's going to be a run there. Quarterback calls his own number, and he will lose 3 yards on that carry. Now 2nd and 13 coming up. We'll see a drop or handoff now to Avery again. This time he's successful there on that carry. Gets to the 5-yard line for the first down. 1st and goal coming up here. Highland really wants to really get this ball in here, but unfortunately they're not going to get that one that time, as they're trying to get Robinson going there in the running game, but he keeps losing yardage. So now 3rd and goal coming up, as we'll see a drop back here from Robinson. Robinson runs up the pocket, and he is going to be brought down, as that's going to be a 4th and goal situation there. You see him fighting there with Gilman, the linebacker there, a little tussle off there, as the senior brings him down, as that's his 2nd sack now in today's game. And now we'll see here with a 27-yard field goal attempt here. We'll see if we can get these 3 points. And of course, 3 points they add up, but not with the way we want them. Not with the points really we're looking for there. We're looking for 6, as we we only points out there, but we do get 3. That's going to help us out here some. It's going to be a 31-0 ball game. I will have to say the defense has been doing an excellent job, or 30-0. Defense has been doing an excellent, having an excellent play today here, and doing a great job here, forcing these Jayhawks not to really cross the 50 at all here. in today's game, as we'll see the run there for the Jayhawks halfback here. As we'll see, Marshall here throws this one there. That's going to be a first down. It's going to be completed, and a nice stop there as they get to one of the backups there for the first. Man in motion now here. That is their tight end, Brom, as he'll get in motion. There you see their backup. If that is not actually Highshaw there. I'm not sure who that is, but nonetheless, he's been doing a great job. I just now noticed that with the numbers. As we'll see another catch there for another first down as they bring in their backup tight end. Marshall here, hands off now. Okay, this time it is Highshaw there. As Highshaw is brought down there, and he is going to be stopped there well short. Or actually, he's pushed back there. It loses yardage there. And then Highland able to get a hold of him. The quarterback there, that is Woolfolk, who finds his way to the quarterback again. We've seen this many times now, especially this season. As Will Woolfolk, the senior, I don't know what we're going to do without him next year. But he finds his way into the backfield, finds Marshall, and now forcing the Jayhawks to kick roughly a 50, I would say about 55-yard attempt, and that one is not going to be any good. As the Highland Scotties, again, force Kansas to go for points here. They want to put something on the board before the half. Unfortunately, the kicker, not enough there in his leg to get him 3. And it's going to be no good. And the Scotties will get the ball now in on their own 38-yard line. So ball now on the 38-yard line here. A minute 16 left here in the first half. 30-0 here. Highland leads. Robson throws this one up there. That's going to be completed, and that's going to be a gain of 5 there for Dumars. So now 3rd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 43-yard line. Scotties want to at least try to get in if worst case scenario, get in field goal range here and kick another field goal. But they want to put points on the board here, and we'll see a quick pass there. It's going to be completed, and a timeout being called here by the Scotties. Or excuse me, by the Jayhawks there. They call a timeout instead. So now 4th and 1 here. Coach Bond says, hey, go for it here. And they do convert there on the 4th down as they keep the drive alive. As we'll see here, play action. Robinson here drops back in the pocket. Robinson going for this one high and deep, and that ball gets tipped away. Good try there to get a deep ball there. Because if we got that ball there and he came down with it, could have easily called a timeout. As we still have several in our pocket, as that ball's gonna be tipped away. Thank goodness that receiver did not have, or that defender didn't have any hands. But we'll punt the ball here at their 4-yard line, as we'll force them now try to do something here with just a few ticks left in the half. And that is it for the first half, as Highland leads this one 30-0 here at Highland. As you see, Avery, 16 carries, 109 yards, and a rushing touchdown there. We got to try to get him some more yardage as well as get him in the end zone again. But he's having a great day here and doing an excellent job there in the backfield as always, as he usually does. I can only think of one other game he was poor in, but nonetheless, he is definitely stepping up there, helping out with the passing game. And of course, Robinson running this one there early on in the first quarter. We'll make us a few adjustments here going into the game here. I think we want to see more of the defense continue being more aggressive towards the offensive line. And of course, we need to see more running here in the game. So we'll see now 2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on the 38-yard line here for the Scotties. And of course, so far we have, I hate to say this, but knock on wood, we have not seen a INT from Robinson here. And hopefully that will continue here in the second half. And so far he's been doing a pretty good job here when it comes to accuracy and, of course, making good judgments on throwing the football. As we'll run this one up the middle there for Avery. Avery's going to run this one no problem, as he does get enough there, just enough to get that first down. So now ball on the 49-yard line of the Jayhawks. Robinson drops back here, zips this one there. That's going to be fired, and that's going to be caught there. As that's going to be another catch there for Dumars. 2nd and 6 coming up as the ball's at the 45-yard line of the Jayhawks. Robinson getting good pass blocking there. Gives this one to the tight end as he's able to find his way to the first down marker and gets the first down. Scotty's quarterback looking very confident here today and very happy to throw the football around here, as we've been throwing a little bit more than I thought Coach Bonds would. As you'll see here, over 500 career passes now completed here for him. As we'll see, get to now a 1st and 10. Ball there inside the 30 for the Scotties there in Jayhawk territory. Robinson drops back, fires this one there. That ball is going to be completed. And nice job as we get the 1st down. So now 2nd and 1 coming up here for the Scotties. Robinson looks like he's ready to throw another one, as he does. Finds Parks and is able to get the Parks there for the 1st down. So now getting this one inside the 10. Scotty's looking to probably get in the end zone here once again by way of the air game, as we'll see a quick pass there being thrown and in the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Scotties find their way into the end zone. Great play, as that is Benson on that throw, on that, or I should say on that catch and run. Nice job there. And Robinson now picking up his 25th touchdown reception of the season. As Jamal Benson has that one zipped right to him. And this is the Robinson I like to see in games here. We'll see the ball now on the 25-yard line here for the Scotties. Or for the Jayhawks, I should say, as Marshall just throws that a little short. We'll see now 3rd and 10 coming up here, as he's got to throw this one away quickly, and he's able, well, no, on second thought, no, he drops it. That looked like that was intended there for Casey. So now we'll get the ball back after the punt, and we'll see what the Scotties can now do here as they lead this one 37-0. Midway through the 3rd quarter here. And, oh, geez, a good tackle there. There by the lineman for the Jayhawks. Scotty's going to go ahead and try to go for it here on 4th and 6. I don't know if this is a good call or not, but Robinson here has got to do something with the football here, and he's going to get smacked down, as that's going to be a turnover on downs. And now they give the Jayhawks some pretty good field position here now at the 42-yard line. I think this has been the closest they've been to the end zone here. As we'll see, Jason Gilman, he finds the quarterback again for the 3rd time in today's game. So now we've given up them pretty good field position here now. Our defense now has to try to stop it. Let's see a handoff there. And that is going to be ran for short yardage. We'll jump now to a 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Jayhawks. As there's a receiver in motion. Dropping back, Marshall. And that ball is going to be picked off, as that is going to be a nice interception. And we get the ball. We get possession of the football there. Nice job there. As the Highland Scotties get offense, will get now and get the ball back here. Nice play there. And I believe, excuse me, I believe that is, who is that? That is Dilworth. Yeah, Lawrence Dilworth, the senior, as he's able to pick that one off here. His 1st interception of the day here, and I believe that is his 2nd interception of the season. So another young player here who is doing one of our players that didn't see too much action last year. I think he is either a junior or senior, but starting to step up here and show off what he can do. Now we'll see a run here from Avery, and he gets a nice, great job there getting the 1st down. So able to move the chains once again here. We'll see if that will be, if they can continue doing that there with him, as they had the ball their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10, toss play there to Avery. Avery trying to get out of the backfield. Oh, nice stiff arm, as he's able there to get, he gives a good run there before Dye catches up with him and brings him down. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Scotties, as Robinson looking to get this one past the 50-yard line to get the 1st. Robinson, oh hell, he's not going to get that one, because he is pretty much been planted into the ground on the throw. Yeah, so incomplete pass, will be forced to punt. Now Marshall running this one out here for the Jayhawks, trying to get out of his own end zone. And he gets down to the 22-yard line. New set of downs here for the Jayhawks. Marshall's really trying his best here. And, of course, he's trying to come up with some plays of his own. But he's going to get brought down by the defense there, as a group of Scotties get a hold of there for the sack. 2nd and 13 coming up. Jayhawks here trying to move the football. And oh, nice hit there as he threw the football. Incomplete pass. Now makes it now 3rd and 13. As they are really putting the pressure on this QB. And he is getting banged up pretty good there in the backfield there. As we're able to gobble up the halfback there before he gets to the first down marker. They'll be forced to punt. And we'll see Avery here try to run this one there as he gets a gain of 3. 2:50 left here in the 3rd quarter. It is 37-0 here in Highland. A beautiful day here. Weather's nice. Of course, it is homecoming weekend here. And a nice run there from Avery. He gets all the way down to the inside the 20. They're going to mark him near the 14, I believe, for the huge first down. And you see there, oh, well over 1,000 yards now for the season. And I think with today's game here, he might be back on that list for the Heisman again. As we'll see now, our speed option here. Tossing this one off to Bo. And Bo gets a nice catch there, that little flick toss play there. A little option, and they get a down to the 1 yard line. So now 1st and goal here coming up. Ball up the middle here. We're trying to run this one to Avery. But he is going to be stopped as he gets no gain on that play. So ball still on the 1 yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. We'll see what the Scotties can try to punch this one in here and get another rushing touchdown here for the day. As we'll see, this one gets in there, and that's going to be a touchdown. Highland Scotties as Avery gets in there for the 2nd time now today. That is his 12th. Or excuse me, it's his 13th. We've already seen his 12th. This is his 13th of the season. As Highland Scotties punching another 6 on the board. With 46 seconds left here, we're pretty much going to be seeing 2nd string guys come in here in the 4th quarter. We'll see the defense out here. This is probably the last time we'll see the first team defense. As they'll get another nice sack there. Nice job. As we get a hold of the QB, and that is Locklear. Brady Locklear gets in there. He's been doing a great job here this season as the senior. He didn't get much playing time last year. This year, he's going to be he's of course full-time starter, and does a great job there on that play, getting the sack on Marshall. 3rd and 18 coming up here. Marshall, he's got to really get this one here. This could be a screen pass, and this time, this screen pass gets some good yardage there, but not enough to get the first, as we'll see the ball being punted here now. So now 1st 10 here, ball in their 40-on-46. Hand off there to Avery. Avery runs this one there as he gets a nice gain of 15 on the play. And that'll be it for the 3rd quarter. Highland Scotties take a huge lead right now. They're about to go into Shutoutville as they currently lead it now 44-0. As they go into the final frame of this ball game here. 44-0 here at homecoming. Can we get a shutout? We're about to see. 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties. Ball on their own 39-yard, on the Jayhawks 39-yard line. Hand off to Avery on the outside there. Ooh, little spin move there from Avery, trying to fight off a defender before he is finally brought down there on the tackle. Nice 1st down run there from Avery. We'll see what they can do here. The ball now on the 25-yard line. Avery's still out there, but I think they might end up going to the passing game here. Play action. Trying to see what they can do here. Throw this one there to the tight end. He's able to hold on to it and gets a nice catch there for the just short of the 1st down marker. Just actually inches short of the 1st down marker. 2nd and inches coming up. Pass being completed there. Again, Feeney gets the catch, and that's going to be another 1st down for the Scotties. Excuse me. 1st and 10. Ball on the 9. See what the Scotties will try to do here in this situation. And we'll see a drop back here from Robinson. Robinson scrambles off to the right-hand side, goes into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Scotties. Touchdown, Highland Scotties, as they are on the board here again, and they put a 50 burger on these boys. As it's going to be 51-0. Of course, extra point pending. As Robinson finds a way into the end zone there. Nice run there for him. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. And it's going to be his 6th of the season. as he's able to get some great blocking there and help himself out in that one there. 51-0 here. Jayhawks still in trouble. And we'll see a pass there. They've been trying everything here against this defense, but this defense has been really pretty much manhandling Marshall to the point where they took out Marshall. So they bring in their backup here. As we'll see a quick pass there. That's going to be completed. As they're starting, you'll start seeing more of these backups. I'm not really familiar with some of these backups here, but Highshaw is in the game as he gets the catch there, and he is going to get bullied and pushed down there at the 44. Nice tackle there as we get now to a 3rd and 8. And we'll see a drop back here, pass up the middle, and that one's going to be short as he throws that one into the dirt. And it's going to be, of course, a punt situation there for Kansas. Scotty's still out there for a little bit of the first string guys out there. Robinson here trying to get away here as he has to throw that one away as he got sandwiched there on that throw. Incomplete pass. We'll jump down to a 3rd and 10 coming up. Robinson here again drops back in the pocket looking for the slant routes here. Finds one and is able to get this one there. Nice connection there on that play. And it's going to be a new set of downs here for the Scotties. Scotty's looking to try to go in this day with a shutout here. And, of course, they're going to try to take their time on this drive, hopefully, to keep that clock ticking. As we'll see Robinson here now try to run this one there, and Robinson is going to get caught up as the linebacker or the D lineman gets a hold of him and brings him down for a loss of 3. Robinson now, again, drops back in the pocket, scrambles off to the left-hand side this time, scrambles here, goes around, and, oh, he just keep running. Keep your legs moving there, son. As Robinson gets a big gain there on the ground on the run there from him. As did a great job there keeping that drive or keep that play alive. Robinson now scrambling off to the right-hand side. He's feel comfortable on that side, but decides to go for it here. He's going to run this one here. Stay behind his block. Gets down to the field, and he's going to get pushed out at the 12 as he gets another big gain there. And, of course, one of the things that Coach Bonds talked to him about is like, hey, don't keep running back. Run forward. Get that positive yardage there. If you can't have a big day, throwing deep passes, then make it up to the running game here. And that's what he's been doing here. Is see 37 yards on that carry. And did a good job there of using that block there from Good to get him that nice run there. So good finish there. We'll see if he can get now into the end zone here on this 2nd and 10. And we'll see a drop back here, throw, pass there. That's going to be to the tight end, and the tight end gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Scotties find their way into the end zone there. Nice drive there for the Scotties. It's now going to be a 58-0 ball game with 6:36 left. That is touchdown reception number 6 now for Davis Finney, as he is going to be connecting there with his QB. Nice blocking there. Look at that. Great job there. And, of course, keeps his legs churning and fighting for that extra yardage there. Nice job there from him, as he is a big, huge target that we like to throw to in those situations there. And Ham now is going to come off the field there for the Jayhawks. Jayhawks, you see here, they're bringing in a lot more second-string guys in to get some reps in. 3rd and 2 coming up. Pass there. That's going to be deep. And, oh, look at that. Great catch there. As they'll find that probably be the best pass they've seen so far here today. As now they'll throw there to their tight end as Durgan gets the catch there. It's now 3rd and 3 here, so they're starting to pick up some momentum in this drive. Let's see if we can stop them here, as we'll see a quick pass. That ball is going to be dropped. Incomplete pass, but they say, you know what? We've been having a good drive here. Let's keep it going. They'll toss it now in the backfield here. Can we make a stop? And we do. And we get the turnover on downs. So now ball on the 33-yard line of the Scotties, as we'll see a handoff now to Avery. Avery's going to get shoved down before he gets 2 yards there on that carry. We'll go to a 3rd and 8, man in motion. I believe that is Bo. And Robinson's going to throw here on the run. Nice catch and nice throw as he's able to find his tight end on that play. We'll see now Singer come into the game. We'll see what he can do, as he's going to get a couple reps now. And we'll probably see some more of the second-string guys like Bo come in now. Excuse me, and get reps of their own. 2nd and 5 coming up. Ball on the 45-yard line. Handoff there. That's going to be a run. up the middle. And nice job there from Bo. Keeping those legs churning, and of course keeping that clock ticking away. Play clock down to 3. We'll hand off to Smith, who gets the run. And Smith is going to get a few yards on that carry. We'll see. Smith's still out here. Yeah, Singer's under center. 3rd and 6. Ball now on the 20 inside the 30 there, as we'll see a carry there, and that's going to be not enough to get the first down. Coach Bond says, no, we're not going to go for it here. We're going to try to kick this 42-yard attempt. So we'll see if Adams can get this one up the uprights here. Trying to make sure we get a good mark here and try to make sure we get it in place where we need it at. And, of course, we're just trying to also melt some of this clock now here. Let's kick this one up. This one is going to be up, and it's going to be good. Nice field goal for the Scotties, as they are now going to be probably walking out of here with a certified shutout here. If we can get this ball back now here from the Jayhawks. Jayhawks have one more possession left with a minute 10. Minute 10 now here. It's 61-0 here. Jayhawks last chance now to try to get something on the board. As the quarterback's going to be brought down there. He's going to get sacked at the 8. Nice play there for the second string defense coming in there. And again, just doing the same thing like the first string defense is. Attack the quarterback, make him uncomfortable, and just put enough damage on him as you possibly can. As you see here, Fairfield comes in on the sack. Nice job there as the defense smothers him on that play. So now 3rd and 22 coming up here. We'll see a draw back. And this will be a deep pass here. That pass is going to be intercepted. And looks like the Scotties are going to try to take this one back for a pick 6, and they do. Janeel West, 29-yard pick 6 there for him as they get on the board here once again. And that's what you like to see here from your second string guys, putting up points on the board as well, outscoring even the second string of the KU Jayhawks here. And it's going to be a 68-0 lead here. And, of course, it's going to turn to a victory here very, very soon. With not much time here for the Jayhawks to really put any kind of points up on the board here. This is definitely a nice way of getting revenge on them from last year, even though it was a self-inflicting wound. But we do pick up the win here. 68-0 is your final score as the Kansas Jayhawks go out of here clipped and not able to fly out of this fight here today. As you see, Robinson, your player of the game. We'll see his stats here in just a bit. We'll talk about more. But overall, just a great game from all facets of the game. We executed our game plan defensively, which was awesome. I was really happy about that. Not to mention Robinson, no interceptions, you guys, none. He had 3 touchdowns in today's game. He did get sacked 6 times, which is I'm totally fine with. Sacks, I had no issues with. It's going to happen. But interceptions, that's been my pet peeve here lately. Not just for him, but just in this game in general. Hopefully in College Football 26 is not as bad. Definitely have to do some testing there. But nonetheless, of course, I think with just me reading a lot of times and just, not just anticipate the interception and not just think it's not going to be an interception. But Kansas, 1 of 16 third down conversions. They were at 6%, 52% for us. We were 9 and 17 in that. But overall, I mean, all facets of the game was awesome. We were +2 in turnovers as we had got 2 picks there. One of them being a pick 6, which is great. What else? Time possession, no penalties for either team. So that was helpful as well. And there you see the time possession. I mean, just night and day. Not much for Kansas to do. And like I said, we made sure it was a 3 and out, pushed them back as far as we possibly can, and then get the ball back for the offense and let the offense go out there and have fun. Robinson, 23 of 37, by far probably his best game so far. I think we've seen him this season so far. 269 yards, giggity. 3 touchdowns and 6 sacks in the game. Singer 1 for 1. He had 16 yards there. We obviously didn't give him too many opportunities there to throw, but nonetheless, not bad at all. Avery, 31 carries for 206 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He has now 13 rushing touchdowns this season. Bo, 12 carries for 74 yards. Robinson, 14 carries for 28 yards. And he also had 2 rushing touchdowns as well, which I think really helped him out, build that confidence up for him. And it we just, kind of got away from the passing game there for a while and just let him, a lot of those were not design plays. Been having issues. We got to still work on the offensive line when it comes to run the option, the read option. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I guess Robinson's not that quick enough to, get out of the pocket and take off that well, but we're definitely going to be working on that as we go along here. Of course, receiving wise, Finney had 6 catches for 74 yards, a tutty. Benson had 5 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown, and Dumar 7 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown as well. Defensively, it was just this was just a crazy game defensively. Dillsworth got the most tackles. He had 9 to lead the team. He had 4 TFLs, 1 sack, and 1 interception. Fields 5 tackles, a TFL. Jenkins 4 tackles, 3 TFLs. Woolfolk 4 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack. And Locklear with a tackle for loss, and a sack as well in this game. So the ones that the only name I don't see on this list is Barr, which he had a few tackles there. I can't see if we can see his numbers exactly, but Barr was probably the only one that didn't have a crazy day. O'Quinn, kind of quiet. He had 3 tackles there. But for the most part here, the usual suspects there, with the exception of Barr, pretty much all had an excellent performance there for the Highland Scotties. So Scotties did a great job there. Of course, Marshall, we definitely did a great job there. Just keeping him quiet. 10 of 22, 71 yards, 1 interception. Aubrey, there you see the freshman, 7 of 6 for 71 and an interception as well for him. That was that pick 6 that we got, that we took back. And then Morrison, kind of kept him quiet there. I was really thinking that Highshaw was going to start there, but Morrison has started instead. 11 carries for 27 yards there, no touchdowns for him. We literally shut him down. They could not do anything on any of the 2 offensive ways of trying to score. They had some good passes here and there, but our defense just we just pin our ears back and just as soon as the ball was snapped, just whoom, went right after the quarterback and broke up plays and did a great job there. If they did pass, our D guys there, secondary, just did a great job there of breaking stuff up. So I'm really proud of our fellas here, and that's why we're considered one of the best defenses in the nation right now, and we of course gonna continue to do so and do that every single week. And we'll have to try to see if we can do the same thing against Iowa State coming up in the next video. But there you see the rest of your numbers there. Gilman, he had a good game there. 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 3 sacks for the Jayhawks there. That's about the only bright spot that came in the game. Brooks also had a sack as well. So does Maxim. So the top guys there in their linebacking core there did a great job there playing. Or it's just a safety, linebacker, and who was the other one? Brooks, the other DN. So pretty much all 3 levels of their of their defensive players there. They all at least got somebody doing well there, and those 3 levels of that. But nonetheless, there you see the Big 12 Player of the Week, or I should say Offensive Player of the Week. There, of course, it's going to be Robinson. Nice job there from him. There we are, number 3 in the nation, getting ready to take on another Big 12 team, and this one is going to be ranked. It is Iowa State. Iowa State 6-1, and of course they are currently 2-1 in the Big 12. as they've had a roller coaster of a start so far. They won the Cyhawk Trophy this year against the Iowa Hawks, and of course, we'll see what we can do against them. As last they were able to jump back into winning last week. They're against Kansas State, one of our other rivals in this series. So we'll talk more about that, look at those scores, and talk about the game plan for the Iowa State Cyclones coming up in the next episode. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. I don't see how you couldn't enjoy today's episode. This is a good game. But if you did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of more Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty here on ESGNet. Of course, don't forget to also check out some upcoming series with NCAA, or I should say College Football 26 coming out here. There's some, if not already, content up on the channel. Of course, there are going to be on both channels, both here on ESGNet and over on our second channel here on YouTube at ESGNet Plus LP, of other upcoming series from that new game, which is by now, it's probably out by now. So by the time I record this, it'll be out by then. Or by the time I upload this, it'll be up. Game will be out by then. So, and I'm going to get early access to that with EA Play there coming up very soon. So. But again, guys, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for more here on the channel. Let's go, Dog Pound. Let's get crazy. Let's get ready for week number 10 as we take on Iowa State in that battle. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you all next time.